Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will learn everything about GitHub. We will learn how you can push your changes to GitHub, how you can create different branches, push the codes to different branches, and how you can keep a track of everything in GitHub. So without wasting any more time, let's go to the code. Here I have this folder git-test and it has nothing as of now. Let's create one file here. So I'll just add file.html and I can add some text here. This is heading. So right now it's just a plain HTML file inside this folder, and we need to push this code to the GitHub account. So to get first push the code, we need to have a GitHub account. So you need to go to github.com and you need to sign up for an account. This one is mine account, and in the repository section, if you will go, you will have no repository if you have just created the account, and you need to create a new repository. So here you can see that we have this new thing, so we will add this new, and then you need to give it a name. So I will give it the name of course test, and this is kind of exclusive, so you should not you cannot have like two repository with the same name. So it's available. You can add a description. This is for course, and you can make it either public or private, that's up to you. So if we make it public, anyone can view it, and if we make it private, only we can view this repository. And repository is basically, you can think of it as a folder where you can put all your project files, everything related to your project. This is a kind of a folder. This is a kind of an address where you will actually shift all your things. So we can also add a readme file if you want. I'll just ignore it for now, and here we can just create a repository. So once it is created, it will give us two things, like we can create a new repository on the command line, or we can push an existing one. So right now we have created this repository on our account of GitHub. But here if we see our code, have we created anything here? Have we created any repository? No. So here also we need to, you can think that place as a new address that you have, and this is your local place. So if you need to shift all your things to that place, it doesn't mean that things will go from here, but still you need to pack these things. So you here also you will need to create a repository. So it was giving us two options. We can create a new, or we can push an existing one. So first we will make this file, this our local file, as a repository. And to actually run it on your system, you should have git installed. So that is also very easy. You can search for git, and you can then download it. So this is, GitHub is basically a part of the Git. Git is the main like the thing which has it's a version control system that keeps track of everything. So you need to download it as per your system, and once you are done with that, then you can open the GitHub, and then it will log in to your account. So going back to the files, we have certain commands. We can actually manage it through the graphical interface also, like from here in the VS Code source control, but we will actually go with the command approach. So we have certain commands. First, there is a command git status, which actually tells us if what is the status as of now. So you can see it is not a git repository, like this folder is not actually being covered with the git now. So we need to make it a git repository. To make it a git repository, we need to run this command git init. Init stands for initialization. So when I click on initialization, you can see like there are certain changes. Initialize empty git repository, and actually there is a file which is in it's a hidden file, that's why we are not able to see it. So it has been added, which will keep track of everything that we will do in this folder. So it's added, and now if we do the same thing, git status, you can see that it's on branch master. It has created a new branch for us, and there are no commits yet. And this is here you can see this U sign. U stands for untracked. So there is a file, but it is not being tracked with git. So how do we like track this file? So it is already telling us that nothing added to commit, but untracked file. We need to use git add to track. So let's do git add, and we can specify the name of the file, and if there are multiple files, then we can just simply use a dot and it will track all the files. Now the U has been changed with the A, so A means it is added, but like Git has a certain flow. So earlier we had everything in the local system, then we run the command to git added. Now once we add the files, they go to a staged platform. So they are on the staging platform. And now when we are done with the changes, this file is added, we can actually commit these changes. And then finally, once we have commit these changes, then we can push them. So mainly once you have done, like I added this heading, so now I can actually git commit -m. This flag, it's a kind of option, like kind of additional message that we are giving. So here we can actually specify the message. So I can write added a heading, and I can press on enter. So that U is gone now, and everything is being tracked. Okay, so we are now doing everything on our local. We created a repository, but still now it is not linked with the repository we created here. If I refresh, nothing comes. But here we had already seen that it was giving us two options. So since we already, you can see here is the same kind of command, git init. So we already made the git repository. So now we only need to use these three commands. Okay, starting with the first one. So git remote add origin. What we are doing is we are giving it some kind of origin, and in the origin we are specifying the address. So you can github.com/my username and /the repository name. So we are giving it some sort of origin, and we are connecting it with this command. Done. And now the next is the branch name. So we are creating this main branch. Currently we were there in the master, so now it will be changed to main. You can see it is now changed to main. And the next thing is we are pushing the code. We already committed everything, so now we are pushing this code. Okay, so it is also done, and we are seeing this, that writing object, it is done completely. Let's go here and refresh it. Okay, it's taking a bit of time. You can see here we have the same file.html, and if we open this, then this is the code we have in our local. So now these two things are connected. This is how you can actually push your code. And if we go to the code section now, we can see here the commit message also. Let's go to the code again, and you can clear all this terminal by using CLS in Windows. So here we had this. Now let's do git status. We have made no changes. So on branch main, your branch is up to date. There is no change need to be made. Now let's do some changes again. And we can write, this is the new heading. And now we can run git status again. And like it is showing us that this file has been modified. And in case we want to skip that, because we don't want to add this file and again, and we don't want to stage it again, so we can also do this thing. We can just commit it, git commit. We can use -a flag and -m. -m is that we are writing the message, and -a that it is like it's an alternative. Once you have added the file, then you can use -a. So it will do both of the things for us in just one command. So added new heading, and let's just enter. So now it's tracked, and currently all of these changes. So when you are working on a very big feature and you feel that something you want to break things up, and once you are done with one part, you can keep on committing those changes, so that if you just mess up in one of the thing, then you can just delete, like you can undo all those things, and the last commit will have the track of till the time when everything was right. So right now we have just made one more commit, and we can but that commit is not yet been pushed. So if we go to the repo and if we refresh, still we will not see that the last commit that we made. So to do that, we need to push that. So I will just simply do git push, and it will push that change. So now if I refresh, you can see added new heading, that is the new one. And in case, like if I made a commit and let's say again a new heading, so I will run the same command, added heading 3. And in case like I have actually made the commit, but I don't want to push it, because like when I tested it, it didn't work well. So I want to not push it. For that also there is one command. So this is the command. So git reset. hyphen hyphen soft head 1. So head 1 is basically the position just before the last commit that we made. So we can actually run it, and then once you run it, then that commit will be gone. And in suppose like you want to see what are the different commits that you have made, so you can use git log. So git log will actually give you everything detail about your last commit. So added a heading, that was our first commit, then added new heading. Let's again make that added heading 3, that was our last commit. And now we can run this git log. So yeah, these 3 commit, added heading 3, added new heading, these are the 3 commits. And if I again run that command to undo that last commit, and then I run this git log, then you can see like that previous one is now gone. So this is mainly the way by which you can remove the last commit. To push it, there is just the simple command git push. Right now it's modified because I added this thing, but I didn't commit it. So we can also check it. Git status is one of the command. So we can see that this file is being modified but is not yet pushed, and it has some changes. Going to one other thing, we have the different branches in GitHub. So branches is mainly that if like 2-3 people are different working on the same thing, and on the one we have one main branch in the code. So it could be main, we can name it anything, like it could be main in our case. Right now we are using main. It could be master. So one is the main branch. So now next thing is the branches. So in GitHub we have one main branch, and as per the need of the project, if you are working on one feature and your colleague is working on some other feature, you can actually extend those branches. So to give you a good idea, I can we can explore the images. So yeah, here you can see that we are just going this one main branch, and then you can actually take a fresh branch from this point, and here like with certain things are changed, and then again. So once you are done with this particular feature, we can actually merge this branch with the main branch. So this is how the git flow works. So to create a new branch, we can do git branch test. So now we have created a branch. Let's do git branch, and we will see all the branches. So one is the main, then another one is test. The green one is the one in which we are currently. So we can git checkout. Checkout is the command. So git branch test actually create a new branch. Then git branch gives us all the existing branches, and when we do git checkout test, it will shift us to the main from the main to the test. So now we are on the test branch. So I have added a new file, test.html, and let's add a paragraph here. This is the content of test file. Right now we are in the test branch. So let's just do quick check. So git branch, we are in the test branch right now, and then we have already added this. So to actually add it, we can do git add, and it will add everything, and then we need to commit it. So we can actually use this HTML file, and we can commit this also. So we have committed this to the new branch that we had created, and now we will do git push. But right now origin will not be the main, because origin actually refers to the branch name. So git push origin, and then the origin will be test. This is the name of the branch. So git push origin test. So we have created it. Now we need to go to this particular branch. So once you go, you will see that you have this message over there. The code that is now visible to us here, we can see we have this main, that is the default, and we have this test also. In the test we have this the new commit. So let's go to the main. So once you are done with the all the features, you are completely done with the new branch that you had created, and you want to merge it with the main one. So what you do, you will need to create a pull request. So this is the pull request. Here you can see that it is telling us that base is the main, and we are comparing it. We are merging this test branch with it. So we can add a title, merging the feature test branch, and again we can add a description. So and then we can create a pull request. Here we can see all the changes. So here we can create a pull request, and then it will check if things can be merged. If there is any conflict, then it will show us the conflict, and if not, if we can do this merge pull request, and we can again confirm merge, add a comment if we want, and then this is merged. Let's go back to the course test. Now if you see, there is this merge pull request from this, and we can see that in the main branch also we have this test.html. Now let's create check the situation when there is conflict happening. So we can also like create a new file, or we can first let's make some changes to this file.html. So I can create a new paragraph here. This is my para, and now I can change. I need to first commit it. So let's change the message. Created the para in test branch. So we have committed this. We can also push it. Git push test. Okay, we need to specify the origin here also, because the main is the main branch. Main origin is the push branch. So now it's pushed. So in the test branch we have made the change. If I again go back to the repo, and if I go to this test branch, yeah, it is, we can see that this branch is one commit ahead of the main branch. If I again want to add it, I can again create a merge request. But let's go to the code again, and now we will create one more request. Let's create a branch again, get branch. Let's name it feature, and we can then check out git checkout feature. Okay, so we are now in our feature branch, and I can then change this para to, this is my paragraph, and now I can do commit in feature branch. So it's again, and now we can push this to feature. So if it's confusing to you, we have done nothing very complex till now. We created a branch, then we added some commit. Let's go back to the code and then see. Again, we can see that same thing. We have this feature branch which had recent push. So we can again compare and take the pull. Okay, so and now in order to check the scenario where we have the conflicts happening, so let's do one thing now. First let's just again take this merge also. So this will again merge to the main branch. Okay, so now we have the same code in the test branch as well as in the feature branch. Now we will be doing something in the test branch that will be different, and in the feature branch that will be different. So let's do this, and we can add one heading here. I am from feature branch, and let's just copy it. Created the different heading. And let's push it feature branch, and now we will check out to the test branch, and now you can see that we don't have that heading. So here we will add this heading, and we will here specify the test branch. And now I will make the same commit, and I will also push this to the test. Okay, so it's done. We had made two different branches, and in both of those branches we created this heading, but from in the feature branch the name was different, and in the test branch the name was different. So now we will see how will the process work for when we will try to merge them. So now if I check, if I go to feature, this branch is one commit ahead of two commits behind of main, and if I go to test, then it is also saying the same. So let's see how we can create the pull request. Let's go to the pull request. We need to create a new pull request. So we have this two option. We can either take the test branch or the feature branch. If I go, let's go for the test branch first. So you can see that main and test, they cannot commit because they have this thing, two addition and one deletion. So we will create cannot automatically merge, and we can create the pull request here. Yeah, you can see this branch has conflicts that must be resolved. Okay, so let's go to the result now, and here we are given the screen. From here we can actually define, we can change. So it is saying that this is the changes of the test branch, and this is from the main branch. In the test branch we have this code, but in the main branch we have just this code. So we can either keep everything of it, or we can ignore, we can keep if we want to keep the test code. So let's just keep the test code, and also this code, and now we can actually mark it as resolved. So it is resolved. Commit merge, we can create a new commit, and now we can create the confirm merge. So we actually created a new commit, so it is now successfully merged and closed. Now if I just go to the main branch, you will see that we have none of those codes, and also the test HTML file, it is not there. So how do we get all that? So for that we have this command git pull origin main. So now, like you can see, everything from what we have in the repository, it's there, and we can actually check it. So this is it for this video. In this video you actually learn a lot about Git branches, how we can push the changes, how we can take the pull from the changes, how we actually keep the code in different stages. And this is it for this video. If you like this video, please let me know in the comment section below, and keep supporting me. Thank you for watching this channel. Thank you.